Hey y'all, welcome to Mundangerous Thoughts. I'm Shane. Today, we're talking about something near and dear to my heart, New York. Specifically, we're talking about something I don't know much about, New York's Medicaid program. You know who else doesn't know much about Medicaid? Dr. Oz. The difference is I make pithy YouTube videos and Oz, and this is not a joke, is the administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Let's go. The story's going under the radar because of, war in Iran, but on Friday we got an update on Dr. Oz's so-called fight against waste, fraud, and abuse in Medicaid. Back in March, he released a bombastic video on Twitter accusing New York State of a host of fraudulent activity. One claim that stood out was this absurd accusation about personal care services.
Personal care services. These help Medicaid patients do something that our families would normally do for us, like carrying groceries. New York State made this screening even more lenient by allowing problems like being easily distracted to qualify for a personal care assistant. And that's led to $45 billion in spending in just over 2 years.
$45 billion. That's a lot. But hold on to that number because we're about to get silly.
New York already has high Medicaid enrollment. And in last year, 5 million beneficiaries, that's nearly 3 out of 4 Medicaid enrollees, received these personal care services. That level of utilization is unheard of and has made personal care services the #1 occupation in New York State.
5 million out of 6.8 million enrollees would be an incredible number. The largest occupation in the state? That would mean Medicaid was less of a healthcare program and more of a jobs program, reimbursed by federal taxpayers.
Now, New York has turned this program to help our most vulnerable into a massive jobs program reimbursed by federal taxpayers.
God, this is so dumb. Surely when the administrator for the CMS makes this claim on a social media video and then makes the rounds on Fox News and the right-wing pundit shows to further accuse New York of fraud, waste, and abuse, he's got ironclad data supporting him, right? He definitely made sure these claims of staggering waste were double and triple checked before attacking the state's Medicaid program and its governor by name, right? Okay. But before Dr. Oz was championing questionable health products on TV, and way before he worked at CMS, he was a heart surgeon. He was trained to look at the numbers. Certainly, he would have investigated these.
Heart surgeons are trained to look at the numbers. When something doesn't add up, you don't ignore it, you investigate. And right now, the numbers coming out of New York's Medicaid program don't add up.
Oh, come on. So here's the reality that they quietly admitted in a Friday press dump. There were actually 450,000 enrollees using personal care services last year, which is less than 7% of New York's total enrollees, much less than the 75% Oz claimed. That's 1,000% error. What happened? CMS claims they misinterpreted the billing codes. Remember that earlier claim about spending $45 billion over 2 years? What if I told you, according to the Medicaid Financial Management Report, it was $515 million in 2024? How did New York supposedly misreport its expense 50-fold? Now, this is an audit, so it's possible that the $515 million number is wrong, but the orders of magnitude of the supposed error beggar belief. And look, this is what the Trump admin does. Attack first and find its facts later. We saw this in their blame of the left for Charlie Kirk's murder and their blame of the victims for the ICE murders. We saw it in the haphazard and unsuccessful Doge cuts. We saw it in the infamous double tap strikes on alleged Venezuelan fishing boats. We saw it in the preposterous justification for the Iran war. I thought this MAGA party was the movement of facts don't care about your feelings. But it's all feelings and vibes with these clowns. They come in hot with charged, emotional rhetoric, ignorant of facts, and attack Democrats, blue states, and anyone who isn't personally loyal to Trump.
Governor Hochul has a month to share a reasonable corrective action plan to fix the fraud, waste, and abuse in New York State, or CMS will start deferring payments to protect Medicaid.
I guess Governor Hochul's plan was to tell them facts don't care about your feelings. Dr. Oz, who fancies himself a big swinging dick for threatening to withhold money from the poorest people in the richest country on earth, now has to walk back his claims. Does he do that with any bravery or integrity? Of course not. He lets an underling retract them in a quiet statement to the Associated Press on a Friday when everyone's distracted by the war. This man ran for Senate. What a coward. What a joke. What a fucking clown. Point and laugh at this pathetic man. Hey, If you like what I do here and want to support independent media, click like and subscribe, or maybe drop a comment down below to help the algorithm. It's super helpful to a brand new channel like mine and doesn't cost you a thing. You can check out more of my videos about games, hobbies, and politics here on the Mundangerous Thoughts YouTube channel, or one of these videos that YouTube thinks you might like.